guys, this is Nipan from Nipan Studio. I know I've been lost somewhere else forever, but here I'm back again, okay? I'm sorry. Okay, get to the point. So today we are going to learn about shading, okay? Because some people want to know my technique, which is how to shade, and they're also been asking me. So this is the purpose of this tutorial, is to teach you how to shading. Okay, before we are going to go into the teaching part, let's do the learning part from looking, okay? So these drawings are my work. So as you can see, is an animal face, and as you can see, the shading is almost very good. I can't say perfect because there's no such thing on earth is perfect, okay? But as you can see, I can use this shading technique on animals and also on peoples, but not just black and white, but also on color, which I used color pencil, as you can see. Okay, so now before we start, I'm going to show you something that most of people do, which is this kind of shading. As you can see, they would shade in so many different ways to make the shading and make it black or dark or whatever. But for me, that's not a really good way to work like that. Okay, so what we are going to learn today is how to shade in lines. Okay, as you can see, for me, I'm right-handed, so the line should go from left to right. But if you left-handed, so it would be inverted. Okay, got it? All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just shade. I'm not gonna really press that hard. Okay, just make like a middle tone. All right, just give you an idea and example. And if you notice this, I always twist my pencil at the same time when I feel like it's not that sharp. What I'm saying is, every time when the pencils get dull, I will twist the pencil till I find where it's sharp, so I can make a very thin line. Okay, otherwise you would get like very big ugly line. Alright, okay, so what we are doing here, we call 45-degree line, because if you measure it with protractor, you will find that it would line up almost 45 degrees. I didn't say it's perfectly 45, but it will get almost 45 degrees, okay? And this is the technique that I'm using. Right now we are going to learn how to shading from very dark to very light, okay? Alright, I'm going to start on very dark here. We call the shadow part, okay? And then I'm going to do a mid-tone part and also to the very light part. And I'm going to do a very dark here and trying to blend them smoothly. And here, if you can see, the very dark part, which is the shadow, the mid-tone, and the highlight, where it's blend with the color of paper. And the other technique is we call a cross line. We're going to start the same way as we did, but then I'm going to twist a little bit and do another angle of the lines. There, as you can see, it will blend together nicely, and that is the very correct way. But if you do the wrong way, okay, we start the same way. If you do a very cross, okay, something like this, it's not right. Okay, and here are some example of my work which I use the cross line. Okay, so let's apply all these things that we learn into action. Okay, so I'm going to make an outline as a circle. Okay, alright, freehand circle. It doesn't have to be perfect because there's no such thing anyway. And I'm going to point the light here, and that's gonna show us where the light came from. Alright, and if the light came from there, that means the shadow would cast over here. Alright, okay, so first of all, I'm going to make the outline a little bit darker so we could see. but only for the part where the light can't get into, which is the darker part. And I'm going to start shading the middle tone. Alright, and also the lightened part. I'm going to blend them nicely, but be careful, apply the very light part. Alright, and then let's do another darker part. Alright, so I'm start from the very bottom here and try to blend them also with the middle tone. And the middle tone has to blend with the lighter tone also. And I'm going to do the very dark shadow here. And as you can see here, I'm going to make a little space between the outline and the shadow inside, because that's where the lights from the outside bounce in. And that's also make our circle not too flat. Alright, I'm going to get into more details on the lighter part. Okay, and let me show you, this is the very edge of the pencil, which is very dull, as you can see. But if you really look carefully, you will notice that some part of the very top of the pencil still sharp, and that's where I'm using it. The reason why I'm not sharpening it, because I want to show you how to use this technique without using any sharpener. I mean, everybody can do it if you sharpen a pencil like very sharp, but this is very technique that would teach you and guide you through this advanced process. Okay, so right now I'm going to do the shadow part here. Okay, as usual, I'm going to start a mid-tone first. Alright, and the lighten part when the shadow gets further. Alright, and I'm starting to do a little bit darker on the very start of the shadow. Alright, and do a very thick dark on the bottom of the circle, because that's where the shadows start. Alright, and also trying to blend them nicely, and try to keep it circle as well as the shape of the shadow. That means when it's go to further part, it would also blend with the ground. Just spend time with it, don't rush, you know, just take your time with it, you know, because this is art. It's not just something that you press the button and then poops, you know. Alright, okay, if I'm doing the background, just make a line and do a little bit of shading so you can see more clearly. And this is our final drawing. Alright, so I'm hoping that all of you get this technique and apply into your work. I mean, you have to practice it because it's required of lots of practicing and also working as well. By all means, you can't just studying it without doing anything, okay? So I'm hoping this tutorial would help you guide you to the process of this kind of shading, which is 45 degrees lines. So experiment with it and then you get better and better. So I'll see you guys next time. This is Nipan from NipanArt. God bless you and bye bye. And if you like to watch movie, you can click on that link. Also AE tutorial, which is tutorial that teaches you how to do effects in Adobe After Effects. And if you like music, you can also click on that.